Everything I've said to you will be confirmed by one of your friends. So, one step out of line, and your brother is dead.
Bull!
Also keep a pretty close watch on the gang in here, too. Because the same applies to Patterson, Jenkins and McCormick.
You're wasting your time. God! Well, the freak will have us for breakfast now. Well, what are we going to do? The minute I know that Bongo's in the clear, I'm going to do what I should have done a long time ago. I'm going to fix the bitch myself. And this time, nothing's going to stop me.
Listen, I've had as much as I can take from you.
Stop that. Now, what's going on?
Nothing.
Don't you give me nothing. Fighting like schoolboys, and in the middle of the corridor where a prisoner can walk past at any time. Didn't they teach you anything in training?
Yes, sorry, it was my fault. I started it.
That's the truth. I was minding my own business walking along the corridor.
I'm sure you were. But you do have the ability to rub everyone up the wrong way, don't you?
That's not my fault, is it?
Well, whoever's fault it is, you can both explain it to the governor. Now, get a move on.
Merle, I was thinking... maybe I should have let you get Connors. She deserves it, trying to make you unhappy all the time.
I can get her. There's still time.
No. Not now. Later will be better. In the exercise period.
Oh, you tell me when, Kath. You tell me when I can get her.
I will.
You promise?
Yes, I promise. This time no one will stop you.
I will not tolerate such behaviour. Is that understood by both of you?
Well, we didn't actually come to blows, Governor.
That's hardly the point. Whatever your differences, please don't air them in public, especially where the women might see you.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Reynolds. It should never have happened.
I only hope you understand now the seriousness of the matter.
Of course I do. What started out as a harmless joke on my part could have been seen as a serious dispute between two officers.
Obviously, you'll have to be more careful with your jokes in future.
If I thought Mr.
I haven't
Jackson...
finished, Mr. Adams.
I'm sorry.
Your job as prison officers is to look after the women and try to keep one step ahead of them. This is not the place to air any disagreements.
Otherwise, the women might try to use it to their advantage.
Exactly. Now, this is only your second day here, so I'm not going to put it in your reports. But I must remind you, you haven't finished your training yet, and your future depends very largely on how you cope during the next few weeks.
It won't happen again, Mrs. Reynolds.
I can guarantee it.
Return to your duties, please. Mr. Adams, one more thing. There is still the question of what happened between you and Merle Jones.
Didn't Miss Ferguson explain? It was nothing. A minor confrontation that was over as soon as it started.
Mr. Jackson's report suggests you were unnerved by the whole thing.
Unnerved? Of course not. I don't know where he got that idea from. Anyway, Miss Ferguson was there to back me up.
Merle didn't attack you?
No. If anything, I was a bit rough on her.
You're saying Mr. Jackson got it wrong?
I'm sure he believes what he said, but, well, he was only there for a minute. Was there anything else, Governor?
Not for the moment.
You can be thankful the governor was so reasonable about it.
The guy's a jerk.
That's not the point. Don't let him get to you.
What am I supposed to do? Pretend I like him?
Work together professionally. Now, if you can't do that, you shouldn't be here.
Bet I know who you're talking about. Here's for coffee.
Thanks, but I haven't the time.
Marty?
Why is it guys like him always get away with murder? Why can't people see through him? Great officer material, scoring points off his workmates.
There are ways to deal with people you don't like, and losing your cool isn't one of them, especially not in the prison.
Overreacting again, am I?
Marty, I'm only trying to be fair. Now, you know how I feel. So it's up to you whether you take my advice or not.
Sure about the coffee?
No, thanks. I knew it wouldn't be easy in here, but I thought the trouble would be coming from the women.
He was bad enough in training school. Try counting to 10, that sometimes works.
Better keep out of my hair, that's all I can say.
Bye, gang.
Excuse me, I've got my rounds to do.
Make a good officer if he wasn't so sensitive.
Might be better than having no sensitivity at all.
Well, I'm not surprised you're going into bat for him. You got the hots for him, haven't you?
What are you talking about?
It's obvious.
It's also not true.
Hey, look, you don't have to pretend with me. I mean, just don't want to see you get hurt, that's all.
Just shut up, will you?
I mean, if he wasn't so interested in himself, and only in himself, he would have noticed, wouldn't he?
1, 2, 3.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, don't worry about it. You're not sensitive enough to know.
That you rotten bitch! You're on a charge, Connors!
You rotten bugger.
Should have seen the look on your face.
Should have seen the look on yours. What would happen if this got up your nose?
What would you have done if it had been the freak?
I don't know. There's nothing much I can do with Bongo and Grub still in Woodridge.
Yeah, but only as long as the freak keeps helping Parker get the drugs in here. I reckon I got a way to put a stop to that.
Now, look, kiddo. We don't do anything that puts Bongo and Grub in the firing line. We don't touch the freak until the conquerors spring them. Both of them.
Yeah, of course. If we could get someone else to put a spoke in a wheel...
She'd come a cropper. What you got in mind?
I reckon I just thought of someone who could help us without even knowing he was doing us a favour.
You got my ear, sister. Spill the beans.
Don't you worry, you'll love it once you get into the swing of it.
Nah, weightlifting, that's more in my line. Not all that prancing around doing physical jerks and stuff.
It's not jerks, it's smooth movement, coordination. It's good exercise for your heart and lungs.
Make a fool of myself, flopping around like one of them fairies out of one of your stories.
Alice, the last thing in the world you're going to look like is a fairy.
You're not wrong.
You're doing Mr. Adams' class, and that's that. Apart from anything else, is good for the figure. Makes you feel more attractive, more self-assured.
Everything you ever needed, Lurch.
You seem to know a lot about aerobics. Well, one of my ex-boyfriends used to take me to the gym. Very exclusive. There were very special aerobic instructors there. I mean, they're all 6 feet tall, very handsome.
Hey, wasn't your boyfriend jealous or nothing?
Actually, he was. We broke up a month later. Pity, he looked beautiful in his aerobics outfit.
Pansies then, bloke.
Look, get back to your press, Williams, or I'll put you in it and make a jaffle out of you.
My son Peter went to 1 or 2 of those classes. Tried to get me along as well. Oh, I was too embarrassed. Now I wish I had spent the extra time with him.
It's a real shame about you losing your visiting rights, especially with him having a fiancé and all.
Oh, well, I'll get to meet her eventually.
Yeah.
Now, there's also the question of outfits. It's very important that we look right. I think we should all wear leotards.
Will you what?
You know, those tight-fitting sports outfits like they wear on soft drink ads on TV.
Oh, hey, yeah. Hey, Marty would really go for me if I wore one of those, eh?
Lurch, I want to know what's going on.
What do you mean?
I just saw Ida. She reckons Rick told her something about Bong being in trouble. Well, what the hell's happened?
Well, there's nothing to worry about.
Hang on.
He's just...
Will you take her outside? I'll be with you in a minute.
Why can't you just tell me now?
'Cause we'll fill you in, not in here.
Oh, God.
We'll have to be real careful what we say to Roach. If she's not a warrior no more, she might blab to Maxwell and Williams.
She's very upset. We have to tell her something.
Well, I don't know. Just enough so she don't reckon her bloke's in trouble, I suppose. We'll let Reek work out whether to tell her what we're going to do about it.
You coming out here or what?
Yeah. You stay in here and watch her. You better get that thing working, Williams. Top dog don't like to think that someone's been slacking on the job.
What do you reckon? Worth trying?
Could be.
Let's go tell the girls
Hold on, hothead. We've still got some figuring to do. Now, you sure you can con Mr. Fancy Pants?
You mean Rodner?
Yeah, I mean Rodney.
It's a breeze. He's so far up himself, it's a wonder he can walk straight.
Okay. We tell everyone at lunchtime. Out of range of big ears.
Oh, something tells me I'm going to like this aerobics, Jazz.
Hey, that's something I forgot your preggers.
So what? Don't mean I can't watch. I wouldn't miss this for quids.
No, bring him down a notch or two, all right? Then we slam into second gear and ride through Maxwell and Parker.
Mr. Adams! Oh, I was hoping to run into you. You haven't forgotten, have you?
Forgotten what?
What you said at lunchtime, you know, about borrowing a ghetto blaster for your aerobics classes. You're still doing them, aren't you?
Oh, of course. As a matter of fact, I'm just on my way to changing my sports gear.
Yeah? Oh, well, do you want to pick it up now? I mean, my dorm's right here.
I'll have to wait till the end of work bell goes, Patterson. You should know that.
I've got a pickup to do there anyhow.
It's against the rules for an officer to go in...
So who's breaking them? Just making sure I'm doing my job properly.
Well, all right. Don't think I'll make a habit of it, though.
The girls can't wait, you know.
Well, I'm sure I can make it an event they won't forget.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. See, I've got it all ready for you.
Thanks. Save me having to go home and get mine at lunchtime.
No, don't mention it. And if there's anything else I can do for you, Mr. Adams, just say so, eh?
Geez, I wish the bell would go. I can't wait to get outside. Hey, it's about time we had a good laugh, eh, Roach?
I know it's all for the best, but I still think it's a shame spoiling it like this.
Rita thinks the plan's worth a try, and I agree. Anything that helps her brother keep safe.
Of course, but we can't afford to lose our figures, can we? From lack of exercise, I mean.
Well, I can't see how putting it off for a few days is going to make any difference. Not to me, anyway.
I remember Adrian when he first saw me in my leotard. Desiree, you have a figure that will put Princess Di to shame. Not that I believed you for a minute.
Who the hell's Desiree?
Desiree Demone. It's the name he knew me by. Lovely, isn't it? It's one of my favourites.
Sounds like a tin of tuna to me. I'll tin you one too, Williams, if you don't mind your own business.
I'm sick of you lot whispering all day. If you've got anything planned, I've got a right to know.
Oh, I hardly think so.
He's taken the bait. Who has? What are you talking about?
I said mind your own business.
He's all revved up and rearing to go.
Dixie, we're not going to get into trouble, are we? I mean, Granny's coming up here tomorrow with little Zoe, and I would hate to lose my visiting rights. And Nancy, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rub it in.
Look, it can't go wrong.
But what if Mrs. Reynolds won't let me give my bedtime stories to Zoe?
Well, it's like Reed said. We're not breaking the rules, we're just bending them.
Oh, and I must take that shot of you planting a bomb, too, before the aerobics start.
Oh, do we have to?
Yes, we have to.
Oh, I knew the Bell Ferry wasn't far away.
Hope you enjoyed your day on the press, Williams, because it's the last time you're ever going to get your mitts on it.
Oh, loud, William.
Come on, Alice.
Come on, girls, let's go and show him how it's done, eh?
G'day.
Oh, it's you.
The bell's gone. I'm going to look at my comics.
Hey, haven't you forgotten what we're going to do now?
What was that?
We were going to talk to Rita about why she laughed at you.
Were we? Oh, yeah, I remember now. Where's me horsey and me hat and my necklace?
I've got them in my locker, just in case you lose them.
I want to put them on.
Yeah, in a minute. Then we'll go outside and show all the girls how nice you look.
They better not laugh at me like Rita did, or they'll get a bam! Pow!
Yeah, you tell him, Mel.
Merle's a bit upset at the moment, Janet. Rita said some very nasty things about her, didn't she, Merle?
I'm going to knock a block off. Can't we go now, Kath?
We agreed, not yet. Now, why don't you stay here and read your comics until it's time for all of us to go outside? Janet and I'll have our talk outside so we don't disturb you.
Whatever you reckon. Where's me Captain Marvel?
You're here for a reason.
Yeah. Connor's mob's up to something. I hadn't figured out the whole scam, but it's got something to do with that aerobics class.
Well, whatever it isn't important. We're going to get in first anyway.
Yeah, but they were talking about that video of Nance's. I've got an idea how we can use it to get
I said later.
That's a bit heavy. What gives? You've been snorting coke again?
None of your business. We've got work to do.
Like what?
Well, now that Ferguson's back on top, she wants Connor's put well and truly out of business. I've set it up so Merle's ready to beat her to a pulp. On my say-so.
About time you came to your senses. I've been telling you for weeks to do that.
Well, this time Ferguson's guaranteed Merle won't cop the consequences.
Fair enough. Sure it'll work?
It has to.
Amazing what a snort of coke will do for you. A bit of Dutch courage just when you need it.
I took the coke because I don't need to be reminded of how much I hate this place. How much I hate a lot of things.
Whatever you say. As long as the job gets done.
Ah, Mr. Adams.
Nearly ready. Natives getting restless, are they? I don't blame them. It's going to be a ripper session. I can feel it.
Actually, I came to say I've asked Mrs. Morris to go out there with you in case the women give you any trouble. Frankly, I don't think that outfit will help much.
Why? What's wrong with it?
This is a women's prison. They have very little contact with men at all, let alone men wearing tight sports outfits.
Oh, it never occurred to me they'd see it like that.
And I can assure you they will. Do you have anything else you can change into?
No.
Well, there is a chance Mr. Pringle left his volleyball shorts here. He's overseas at the moment. They could still be in his locker.
Would they fit me?
They certainly won't be as tight as those. I'll go and find the spare key.
Come on, girls. Want to get that extra shot I mentioned? And make sure you shield Lexi from the officers. That's the main thing.
How's it going? Look, I know you don't reckon I smell too good these days, but we got to work together for Bongo.
Your problem is that you're starting to smell like a bloody rose. He was right. You've gone soft.
Look, I thought I explained to you at feeding time.
Bongo wouldn't be in Woodridge if it wasn't for you.
Hey? I didn't invite him in here to pull that stunt. I tried to stop him. A mad bugger was coked off his brain.
You know, you used to say that it was their business what anyone took. Now you've gone all la-di-da and high and mighty about it.
So you want him to kill himself with that stuff?
No, but I don't want him in Woodridge waiting to be killed if you make a move against Ferguson either.
We owe her for what she did to the Conquerors and Slasher.
So you're going to put your own brother in to get her back for Slasher?
No, I'm bloody not. Look, We're working on a way around it where no one gets hurt but the freak. It's got to work.
Says you. Bong and his mates were right when they said that you weren't a conqueror no more. They were glad to see the back of you. Your famous warriors will do the same when they find out. You've lost it.
Oh, thanks, girls. That shot of Lexi was the last one we needed.
Oh, thank goodness for that. It's tiring all this acting.
Yeah, it must take them years to make proper movies.
Oh, Alice, they have got more than one camera.
Oh, yeah. Never thought of that.
Take a look at that.
He's more of an idiot than I gave him credit for.
That's enough of that from you lot. Now I want you in straight lines in front of me. And make sure you've got enough room around you. I don't want you bumping into each other.
Better give him a hand. All right, ladies, you've had your laugh.
Come on, Patterson. Spread out. Everyone in your own space.
Come on, pull yourselves together, ladies. If we don't get any cooperation, you'll have to go back inside.
Come on, ladies, line up one behind the other, please. One arm's length apart.
Well, I don't care what anyone says. I think you look very pretty.
Yeah? What do you think, Janet?
Oh, great stuff, Mel. Reckon anyone would be happy to win you for a prize.
I never won a prize at nothing. They always said I was too dumb. But me luck's changing now I met you.
Yeah, we're your friends. Right, Kat?
Yes.
You sure you don't mind me having a go with this?
No, go ahead. I'll send her up rotten.
I think that's probably enough now, Mel.
You reckon?
Go on, try a bit more.
No, that's fine.
Now, what are you going to do if somebody laughs at you? Like Rita, for instance.
I'm gonna bam them, aren't I? Boom! Pow!
Okay, now try this exercise. First to the right. And now to the left. If you lose your timing, pick it up from me.
You say we have to do this for half an hour? Not too hard if you can breathe it properly.
Yeah, what if you get too tired to breathe?
Remember what I told you when we started. If you get tired, just slow down. Try not to stop completely, though. Just ease up. No need to kill yourselves.
Don't worry, we'll be leaving that to you.
Hey, Mr. Adams, those fancy shots of yours falling down.
I want you to take this seriously. Now, come on, follow me.
Oh, me back. Oh, it's broken me back.
Stop clowning about, you two.
I warned you about going back inside, Jenkins. Hey, I reckon I could have been a halfway decent ballet dancer if I'd had Mr. Adams to teach me this when I was a kid.
Girls, stop that at once.
All right, that's enough. Patterson, turn off that music. Now, I warned you. Connors, get some of your mates to pack up the games gear. Right, everybody inside.
Oh, Mrs. Morris.
I reckon it's terrible the way the women are treating you, Mr. Adams. Don't know when they're onto a good thing, eh?
Why did they do it?
Just born nasty, I guess. Look, I wanted to say I'm real sorry about helping them nick your uniform last night.
Mrs. Morris will hear you.
Yeah, well, I just want you to know I think it was a real rotten thing to do, okay?
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Nice one, Lexi.
Aerobics are quite the thing these days. Thought of going to a class myself, but with my back.
Oh, it's ridiculous. They make a mockery out of it like everything else they touch. If you three are going to exercise period, get a move on, you're late.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Oi, Jones, what do you think you're wearing? And wipe all that lipstick off. You look ridiculous.
She doesn't look any sillier than Jenkins does. Now get a move on before I send you back to your cells.
Joan, you know how little it takes to set the women off.
I'm sure Jones can take a little gentle ribbing, especially if wearing a bit of lipstick makes her feel better.
Yes, but she's also known for having a flash temper.
Oh, if you're that worried, I'll go back out there myself and keep an eye on her, just to be sure. What are you lot doing back here?
They're all coming back in. Mrs. Morris's orders. It can still work.
Hurry along, get all that equipment back to the gym.
What does he look like?
I'm so bloody good I nearly start feeling sorry for the nerd.
Start phase 2 tomorrow, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What's up?
That's the same stuff she had on this morning. Who'd you come as, Merle? Mary Poppins?
Would you believe the Lone Ranger? Glad to see you on silver, eh?
Oh, she's nicked all this stuff off that collage thing in the rec room, you know?
These are all Rita's friends. I wonder whose fault it is they're all laughing.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it then?
Oh, I know what to do about a bammer.
Going for a ride on silver, are you? Hey, Laurie, what's that nursery rhyme about riding a horse somewhere?
Oh, ride a cock horse to Banbury.
Right, everybody, get back from here. Maxwell, get Jones away from
Come on. She's in a cold! Bloody hell, I think she's killed her.
No, she's just unconscious.
What's going on here? Let's get Sister Hall. Right. Everybody else back to the rec room. Jenkins, someone she's back to her cell. Come on. Quickly.
What's that one about the egg? What? All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again? That how it goes?
Sister Hall has given her a sedative. She's up in solitary, quiet as a mouse.
And Connors?
She's in her cell. She's okay except for a bump on the back of her head. Sister Hall is quite convinced it was the fall that knocked her out.
It was still a deliberate attack. No marks or bruises anywhere else?
None.
With respect, Governor, we all know that Merle Jones is mentally unstable and should be in a mental institution, and the sooner the better. I mean, you said yourself it was a deliberate attack.
We have no proof of that, and if we sent every prisoner to a mental institution because they pushed someone, we'd have an empty prison.
Yes, the usual soft-line approach. I should have known.
And I should have known this discussion, as usual, would degenerate into a personal attack.
If that's your attitude, Governor, will you excuse me? My shift finished half an hour ago.
Good night, Miss Ferguson.
Getting more blatant than ever. You don't think she's trying to set something up, do you?
I thought had crossed my mind.
Well, Pat said she couldn't believe it when she let Jones go outside looking like that.
Well, one thing's for sure. Jones not going to get what she's obviously after. Merle Jones stays here as long as we can safely cope with her.
I should have been ready for her.
She punched you when your back was turned.
That's what I mean. I shouldn't have given her the chance. It's the first rule.
Don't you think you're being a bit hard on yourself?
She beat me.
She pushed you off balance and gravity did the rest. How's your head?
I've never been beaten before. Never.
Oh, come on, Rita.
I can't even duck a punch from a loony with a mental age of 4. Maybe Roach is right. Maybe I have gone soft. Had it. Oh, bloody place.
We've got Jones here to see you.
Good, bring her in, will you?
Yeah.
Mrs. Morris tells me you're feeling a lot calmer now than you were this afternoon.
Yeah.
Would you like to sit down?
I don't know. Thanks.
Well, would you like to tell me why you pushed Rita?
I don't remember.
Were you angry with her for any reason? Did someone provoke you into it?
You're gonna send me away, Mrs. Reynolds. I'll be real good if you don't. I promise.
It's all right, Merle. You'll be staying here with us.
Oh, gee, that's great.
All right, Mel, you sit down.
I will expect you to be on your best behaviour, do you understand?
Yeah, no worries.
And Sister Hall wants you to take a few tablets each day. I want you to take them without any fuss.
I don't like taking them. They used to give them to me at the funny farm.
Don't worry, these are just to make you feel calmer.
Kath makes me feel like that too, especially when she reads to me.
I'm sure she'll go on being very helpful. Now, I want you to go back with the officers. Best behaviour, remember?
Yeah, I'll be good, I promise. For Kath.
What's the matter with her?
I don't know. I poked my head in the cell and Nance told me to leave him alone.
No wonder, after the beating she took.
Tommy voted on a new top dog, I reckon.
No bloody way. Looney fought dirty and jumped her when she wasn't looking.
Knocked her out fair and square. What do you reckon, girls?
Rack off, Williams. What would you know?
How about nipping around and organising some new buyers for the coat?
Yeah, good thinking.
Where's Rate?
She'll be all right.
She didn't seem all right to me. Looked like she was sulking.
I think she just feels a bit humiliated.
Humiliated? It wasn't a fair fight.
Look, Rita's fine. In fact, she'll be here in time to watch this with us.
What is it?
The one with Laurie playing the freak.
Oh, my big debut. I'm calling it the Great Wentworth Bomb Scare, or How Rita the Beater Put One Over the Freak.
Oh, come on, Nance. Got anyone selling tickets?
No, this one's free.
Yeah. Would remind few people that Rita's the best top dog this joint ever had.
Come on, everybody. Help me get the chairs around the set. Come on. It's going to be wonderful. Oh, get seats, I mean. Smarties. Fabulous. I'm so pleased.
Mrs. Morris? I was wondering, is Miss Ferguson around?
No, she's off duty now till tomorrow afternoon.
Oh.
Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, not unless you got the recipe for pickling walnuts. She was going to give it to me so as I could pass it on to me mum.
No, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Well, I'll get off for tomorrow then, eh?
She was certainly very edgy.
She asked for Joan by name.
Well, that's what made me suspicious.
You think Williams could be a replacement for Nancy McCormack's diary?
It's possible.
Well, I suppose all we can do at the moment is wait for Joan to make her next move. Thanks for telling me. Hope you have a quiet evening.
Oh, there is one more thing. Wilkinson wants to know whether you've come to a decision yet about her daughter's video.
Oh, well, I suppose it is time we shot Wentworth into the 20th century.
Does that mean yes?
Qualified. Just make sure they realise the videos are only for those who can't arrange normal visits.
Right, I'll tell them. And see you tomorrow. Oh, and say hi to Dan for me.
Will do.
Hey, I've been looking everywhere for you.
I'm busy.
We've got to talk.
I said I'm busy.
Slow down. You're making me sweat just looking at you.
I can't stop. I've got to do things. Tone up, lose weight, improve myself.
You've had another snort, haven't you?
I'm going to beat them. Judge, jury, the whole lot. Alan, you'll come begging to me to come back. I'll tell them to get lost. I'm living for myself. Myself!
Yeah, well, don't bust a gut over it. I need to do some planning with you. Those bitches are showing that video they made of the
I'm not
freak, and
interested.
Listen, we've got a chance to knock them for 6 now. Jonesy's flattened Connors. Are you listening or what? We're supposed to be working together, remember?
I don't care about that, so just get out of here.
Ease up.
Sick of it. I'm sick of you.
Look, all I want to know is if you reckon it's okay if I set Morris up to catch him watching the video.
Leave me alone.
Well, just remember, if I pull this off, I get the benefit, not you.
Schweinhunds! You will pay for making a fool of me. You will all be killed and then tortured.
Excuse me, miss. Don't you mean tortured then killed?
You know what I mean. Sit hell!
Oh, look. Hey, that's Frida.
I thought you said she was coming in to see this.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she will be.
Hey, that's me.
Oh, Alice, I'm sorry about that shot. I couldn't keep your head in. You're so tall.
That's what happens when you built like a lamb
It's all right, she looks better without her head. Now, you said you keep on knit, you knit.
Yeah, but I want to see what I really look like.
Why bother? You'll only get depressed.
Oh, that's nice, that is.
Get back to the door. If a screw comes in and sees his uniform, we'll be in dead trouble.
Oh, only remember to put a few fleece in that uniform before you go back to ferret face.
Rick sure got up that moron, didn't she?
They should have called this the Rita Connors Nostalgia Show. All her old fans having a wake.
What are you doing with the camera?
Pity she's blubbering too much to make it.
Shut your face.
Who flipped the garbage in?
Wake up. She's had it. Finished.
You'll have had it too if you don't shut your trap.
Oh, look, this is the scene where Miss Ferguson finds the diary. surprised there was enough light in the cell to shoot it.
You've done real well, Laurie.
Oh, I wish my little princess was here to see this.
Ah, you beat any garbo any day, kid.
What's a garbo got to do with it?
Better garbo, the film star. You was all them horrible lace dresses.
Excuse me, ladies. Oh, what are you watching? Must be interesting.
Oh, just some practice film, you know, just trying out new angles and things.
Mind if I have a look?
No, not at all. It's very rough, though. Oh, dear me, these controls are so hard to work. Oh, sorry, I think that's the fast forward button, now which is the play button. There.
I reckon I could have been a halfway decent ballet dancer if I'd had Mr. Adams to teach me this when I was a kid.
I think that's the aerobics class, you know. All I did was just press record and move the camera around.
Well, I'm not sure Mrs. Reynolds will be too happy with you showing that around. It might even jeopardise Wilkinson's tape going out.
Mrs. Reynolds has agreed to it.
Mind you, it'll have to be viewed before it leaves the building.
Oh, Mrs. Morris, that's wonderful. So he'll be thrilled. We could film some more if you
no,
like.
I doubt that. The tape will have to be ready first thing in the morning. Oh, and whilst I'm at it, Mrs. Reynolds has agreed to other tape messages being allowed out, but under certain conditions, including a sense of responsibility with that camera. Now, what you showed me was strictly orderly.
Oh, well, it'll improve, Mrs. Morris. I mean, we're practicing all the time, aren't we, girls?
Oh, yes, sure.
It's delicious, and the rosemary.
Well, I was always a bit heavy-handed with herbs.
Yeah, so was Mary. It's a pity you never met her, you know. You'd have had a lot in common. She was a fine cook.
Yes, well, I always enjoy cooking when I'm in the mood. Unfortunately, that's not often the case these days.
I know what you mean. We used to eat out a lot. Then after Mary died, I found it hard to motivate myself to cook at all, and honeyed prawns for one just doesn't sound right, does it? You know, that's one of the reasons it's been good having you here. I mean, I enjoy food again. No more omelettes or TV dinners.
Ah, and cheese on toast. Oh, sometimes I feel as though I'm supporting the entire cheese industry, single-handed.
You've a wonderful sense of humour, Joan. It's one of the things I missed when Mary died. Gee, we had a lot of fun times together before she
Andrew, I've been thinking, look, I've got tomorrow morning off, and I think that will be as good a time as any to start looking for flats.
Oh.
Well, somewhere in this area. I mean, there are some nice places, and, well, we can have the occasional meal together.
If it's because I've been talking about Mary,
Andrew, this is your home, your memories. I think it'd be best if I moved out as soon as possible. Well, look, what I'm trying to say is I think it will be for the best. Andrew?
Oh, good on you, Nance. I didn't think you had it in you.
Well done. Oh, well, I had to do something. It would have been disastrous if she'd seen it.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have been if Lurch had stayed on knit.
Oh, I said I was sorry, didn't I?
It doesn't matter. No harm was done, and we've got the good news about the video.
Yeah. I wanted to ask if I could send one to Jules.
Oh, she did say special circumstances.
Yeah, well, we can't go visiting each other, can we?
Hey, and I wouldn't mind telling some stories on video for me nieces, like you did for Zoe.
Oh, well, there's no harm in asking, I suppose. In the meantime, I better hide this and see how Rita's feeling.
Oh, I'll come with you.
No, it's better if I go alone.
Wouldn't it be safest to just wipe it?
No way. Ruth hasn't seen it yet.
Oh, don't worry. It'll be very safe.
I've got to go to the toot. Play by yourself for a while.
Any of yous girls like to give a sweet old lady a game of poker?
Yeah, I'll give you a go.
You've got stuff all chance of beating me, you know.
You reckon?
You take more than a young punk like you. Now sit down. Put your money where your mouth is.
The women loved it. Alice said it's one of the most daring things that anyone's ever put over the officers.
Cut the crap, Nance. I'm not interested.
Well, you can't just lie here feeling sorry for yourself. You have to do something.
I don't have to do nothing. I probably couldn't anyway.
Well, can't stop me making you a cup of tea. If you don't drink it, I might as well give you another bump on the head. Your tea's getting cold.
I don't want it.
Every minute you stay away from those women, they get more and more uncertain. You could have made it to the showing. You said you would.
You said I would, not me.
Rita, this just isn't like you.
It's not like me to get beaten to a pulp by a moron either.
You're the only one who thinks it's the end of the world. Now, nothing will change if you get up now and you go and show them you're still their leader.
The leader's the one with the strength. She wins the fights. That's how it is.
Oh, does that mean that Merle's going to be our new leader?
Yeah, well, maybe it does. Just rack off, both of you. If you've got any ideas of giving me a pep talk, forget them.
If you were Zoe, I'd talk to you about Roger the Bold.
Yeah, well, I'm not, and I don't give a stuff about Roger, whatever his name is.
Roger the Bold. For years he fought against the evil Frederick.
Oh, save it for Zoe, will you?
He had great courage and always won. Eventually, Frederick found a new champion, a giant from the far reaches of his kingdom. He challenged Roger to meet his champion. But before the fight, he had one of his spies slip in a magic potion into Roger's food to weaken him.
I was as fit as I'll ever be. Every bitch in the joint knows it.
Roger fled. He lost his crown in the forest. Ashamed of his defeat, he went down by the lake to drink some water. But what he saw was his own reflection, with his crown still on his head.
Wow.
He felt his head, but there was nothing there. And suddenly his fairy godmother appeared.
Bloody hell, I've got a bad enough headache as it is without you adding to it.
What I'm trying to tell you
I
is
know
you
what
don't
you're
have
trying to tell me, and it's all crap. My name's Reet, not some puffy Roger the Bold.
Every story has a message if you want to look for it.
You're crazy, you know that? Crazy enough to snap me out of it.
Oh, then it was worth wasting one of my good stories on you.
I still don't like losing.
Anyone can fight. But not everyone can be a leader. I mean, that's what the story's about.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Look, I could beat you right here and now, but that wouldn't mean that I want to be top dog.
You're gone completely dropper, or what?
Come on. Come and get me. Come on. Seriously. Well, if you don't come and get these, then I'm just going to give them to Merle.
No, you bloody won't.
You all right? I didn't hurt you, did I?
Where the hell did you learn to do that?
A girl needs protection from gentlemen's wandering hands. I did a judo course.
Yeah, well, if you can do that to Merle, then I guess you're the next top dog.
You're top dog, because the women want you. Come on.
Look, if the girls don't reckon I'm up to it, I'm still stepping down, okay?
You'll have to judge that for yourself.
I just don't know. I've tried everything I can think of, but she thinks she's failed us.
Ah, she's stubborn Sheila, that. Always was, you know, even when she was a nipper.
What's going to happen to the Warriors?
No point keeping it going without Reet.
You reckon Laurie will do any good?
Oh, wish I could say yes, but the mood Rita's in.
Miss Fantasyland here reckons that vinegar and brown paper's the best treatment for the bump on the bonds. Anyone got any better ideas?
Jeez, nearly gave me a heart attack. Sorry, I was looking for you. You said you was going to the touch. You've been gone ages.
Been busy. Yeah, well, I thought you'd want to know. Connor's just turned up in the rec room.
Yeah? She's chucked it in?
The bloody opposite. They're treating her like she was the one who done Jonesy, not the other way round.
How come?
The scams. They reckon she's all right because she give them a good time. You know, taking Adams down a notch and pulling that bomb trick on the freak.
Yeah? Well, all that's going to change as soon as they end up losing their privileges because of it.
The bitches won't want to know once I set up with this. You wait and see.
Would you like a drink? Pretty damn childish of me, wasn't it?
Andrew, I think I should move into a motel until I find a place of my own.
You shouldn't have to do anything. You were right. In my memories, I ought to keep them to myself. Certainly not foist them in on you. You know, it's amazing how a walk in the night air can clear your thoughts. Are you sure you wouldn't like a drink?
On second thoughts.
I was trying to put you in Mary's shoes. I didn't realize at the time. Hope you can forgive me.
Of course.
Your friendship is very special to me.
No reason why we can't stay friends.
You're great company as a flatmate, Joan, and frankly, I reckon you think that I'm not half bad for a old golfing hack. What do you say?
All right, ladies, come on, back to your cells. Straight away. Connors?
Yeah, what's your problem, Mrs. M?
Mel Jones is coming out of solitary in the morning. We don't want any more trouble between you, all right?
Yeah, no worries. It was my fault for laughing at her get up in the first place.
Well, she's easily provoked. Just don't let it happen again, all right?
Scout's honour. Wouldn't want Roger the Bold to lose his crown, would we?
Pardon?
Don't worry about it.
I'll have the tape for you first thing in the morning, Mrs. Morris.
Fine. And a little less noise tonight, please.
I'll be quieter than Sleeping Beauty.
Happy viewing, Screws.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing